All of modern civilization rests upon the technology of our primitive ancestors. But what happens when modern civilization falls and we are forced back into that primitive lifestyle? Welcome, everybody. My name is Ryan, and we are back with more Cataclysm Dark Days Ahead. This is the In the Woods playthrough, episode number 4, and we're looking at our character sheet for Hanny here. Pretty basic build. The real challenge, of course, is just in surviving out here in the wilderness, starting with very little, not nothing, but next to nothing. Our character has managed to put together a pretty good selection of tools, of course, all basic stuff made of sticks and stones, and a little bit of clay in there too, but we are nowhere near fully prepared to survive. In fact, in a recent episode, we got chased around a little bit by a hostile. We got lucky. We did escape without a bruise. In fact, we've been pretty healthy thus far, but we really need to focus on some sort of defense or trap setup we can rely on if we do get chased by a predator again, or just, a hostile creature. Those big herbivores can be just as dangerous as predators if you anger them, that's for sure. But first challenge is sleeping through the night too. I was going through some of the crafting recipes here, and if we look up fur, there is, actually, let's look up fur mat. I'll probably narrow the selection a little bit more here. There is a good option for a primitive sleeping bag. Let me find it. There we go. It's called a fur roll mat right at the bottom. Yeah, so we've got everything we need, at least tool-wise. I still need fur patches, fur sheets, or tanned pelts. So, and we don't have any of these, but we've got the fiber and stuff. So this is definitely a big one, something I want to make. I think that we are still currently okay sleeping on the cave floor, but I think ultimately it's going to make it really challenging up for us to really get a good night's rest if we keep sleeping like that. Especially once winter comes, we've got a full season or two ahead of that, but still, nonetheless, that's one of the big to-dos, and let me tell you, there are so many things we have to do, but it's a fairly linear progression just because certain tool qualities are required to make other tools and conveniences, so we've just got to figure out what's what, where we can start from. But like I said, the first thing, let's extinguish our fire for the night, and we are going to head below. Sleeping below ground is probably our safest bet. And this was something I thought about too. If we really get desperate and we're running from a predator or something, we could come in here, duck below ground, and just kind of hopefully lose the animal. But the problem with that is it could remain, around our cave area while we're hiding out below ground without any resources or, any comforts. So one thing we might do is stash some food and water down here, if possible, if I can get a surplus of it. Eventually I would like to make our campsite down here permanently. So this could be an ultimate last resort. But again, it's not ideal because the predator could just hover around above us until we peek our heads up and then swipe it right off our shoulders. But for now, we're going to wait till the sun rises, and then we'll figure out something we can do to help survive in this primitive world. After a cold and wet night sleeping on the cave floor, Annie is glad to see the sunrise, that's for sure. And we have some food and water, at least for now. We've got cracklings that we made from some animal fat, so we're going to eat this. Cracklings last for a good while, a week here, and they provide a really, really calorie-dense food. So cracklings are definitely going to be our go-to for early game and probably right on through. Now, we did start to set up a charcoal operation, but the first batch isn't even ready yet, so I don't think we got to the meat racks yet, did we? That will be a priority, at least to get 1 or 2 meat racks up. Ideally, we'll have 4 for some of the larger animals, because I think each rack will only hold around 80 cuts of meat or so. And if you get, at least I know from, butchering cows and horses, you can get several hundred cuts from a single animal. Obviously, out here with dinosaurs and everything else, we'll need a lot of space, but that's a secondary goal for today. Right now, we're going to have to grab some water. We are getting a little bit low on fresh water, and I've had a few commenters remind me that I've been kind of wasting time purifying the water manually. We can actually take these clay vessels that I've got, fill it with the dirty water, and just drop it on an active fire, and it will purify itself, obviously, through the boiling process. So thank you again, everybody. Really appreciate you. But let's make this trip to the swamp together. I'd actually like to maybe walk around a little bit. Ooh, we got a saber-toothed cat. That's over to the east of us, though. And currently, it's fleeing something. That's interesting. But, yeah, I'd love to maybe grab this water. Oh, we got a dire wolf. Uh-oh. Now, that's definitely hostile. And it's not fleeing. It does not see us, though, but it is too close to the water for me to safely get any. That's a bad thing. That's a bad thing. Well, can't do anything about it except reverse course. Maybe we could sit around here for a moment and just watch it. But again, if it aggroes on me, we're going to be in serious trouble. I think it might have just killed something. See the blood there? I think it's hunting frogs in the swamp currently, but yeah, that's not good. That's not good. It's also been killing dinosaurs too, because we came across a couple of zombified dinosaurs in a recent episode. Okay, it did kind of reverse course and head to the south. I can see it just on the edge down there. Still just gobbling up frogs. Oh my gosh, the water I need is right here, though. So it's going to be a real test to get that at. Let's move over a bit. Maybe I can get behind some of these trees. I wouldn't mind following a predator, and maybe scavenging a kill, or at least being able to get some hides or fur from, a kill. But a dire wolf is much faster than us, so following it is not good, because if it does get, turn its attention on us, it's almost a certain death sentence. Yeah, there's a zombified dinosaur right there. Doesn't have a lot of health on it, but hey, even a small amount of health on a dinosaur is probably a lot. Oh boy, this is really, really risky. I think this is the water we need. Oh, where's the dire wolf? Okay, it still doesn't see me. I'm not sure what it's doing. Okay, it's moving away. Let me just grab this right here. Oh, that's salt water. Shoot. Hold on, let me look. It's always better to be sure. Murky, shallow. You could get either fetid. No, I swear the water that we needed was salt water. Is it this one? No, we just looked at that one. Maybe it was this one over here. That's more of the murky stuff. Shallow water. That's salt. Here we go. Isn't too deep water tank. You could gather fresh water from here. Not safe to drink as is. Yikes. That's what we've got to get to. Let's see here. I'm not confident about this. Yeah. Trying to keep myself with these trees between me and it. Still a good distance away, but I suspect it would be able to see me if I get much closer here. Alright. Okay, I just had to step out into the open. Still doesn't see me. At this distance, we might be able to run away from it if it were to see me, and we could duck into the woods maybe, but just pass a few turns and watch what it does. Okay, it's running. I think it's distracted by the toads right now. I'm going to take a huge risk and step forward. Make sure this is what we want. Boom. Just ignore that. Alright. I think against all odds, we might have made it out of that hellish swamp without attracting any attention. Ooh boy, that is super risky though. We're going to have to deal with it, figure out a way of getting water more reliably. Oh, what is this? Is this on me? No, it's just out there in the open. It's a huge herbivore. Well, resembles a giant tortoise. Interesting. Okay, so let's go take this over and drop it on the fire. I want to evaluate just how much firewood I have here too. So what are we looking at? Okay, some splintered wood. Can I just get the fire going? Tender, beautiful. Alright, so with the Shift plus D command, I will indicate to drop the water right into the fire. Boom. So yeah, if we look at it, there it is. And if we give this water enough time, it will change to clean. And it'll heat it up too, but that's irrelevant for now. Alright, I think we ought to try and get a bit more wood. Let me see. I do have my stone chopper and my stone axe head, so we'll need that for the wood. But yeah, up to this point I've been just like scavenging twigs and bark. Now we can actually cut down whole trees, but I'm still trying to reserve my energy and just like scavenge tree trunks that have fallen. But at this point I'm a little bit nervous about going too far into the woods after seeing that dire wolf. It's got me on edge, so I think we'll just try and fell a tree right here at camp. I think I'm going to take this one to the south of my character. This might be the first time we've tried to cut a tree down with this particular tool, so let's see how strenuous that is. Boom. That wasn't too bad. No, not at all. I wonder just how much noise that created. I should have paid attention up here to the sound level when it hit the ground, but it might not be a bad idea to just like duck in real quick and wait a few turns. It appears that our fire has gone out too, so yeah, this is good. We're going to need this stuff. Yeah, I'm a little bit nervous about attracting attention. Like I said, that dire wolf has got me on edge, but okay, there we go. What did we end up with? 2 logs? Yeah, that's beautiful. These are going to be really nice for starting good fires that will hopefully be enough to purify this water. Well, I don't have any fur, but one thing I do have is a whole bunch of wool staples. So this is like the raw hair, basically. We got this from a woolly mammoth, and we didn't kill it. It was just down from another creature, and we scavenged. But what we need to clean it is some soap. After that, we can start to turn it into things like felt and felt sheets, which I haven't investigated that too much, but I have a feeling that kind of a textile could be extremely helpful too. But, like I said, that soap is the first step. So we've looked at this previously, but let's just go through it again. In order to make a soap bar with our primitive stuff, our best bet is right here. This particular recipe with the potassium lye or potassium hydroxide. So let's look up potassium. Oh, yeah, here we go. And there we go. We can make potassium lye. How much of this? Quite a bit of it. But it is a fairly long process. Interestingly enough, look at, so the baseline is 3 hours, 22 minutes. But as I add more, it only increases the total time by a couple of minutes. Well, in that case, I think it's probably smart to just go ahead and make all 9 of them. Let's see, all it takes is wood ash, water, and the right tool. So 3 hours is a bit. That's okay, though, you know. I think it's necessary. And we've got the fire, we've got the resources currently with the cracklings and the water we've got. So I think it's smart to do this. Okay, and we've actually got a container. Pour it into the teapot. Perfect. I probably should whip up another clay pot or canning pot too. I've got one here there's our clay oven, but this thing is containing salt water for crafting purposes. And yeah, every single container we have is now filled. Also got one with animal fat, but that's pretty essential too. And then of course we got the one in the fire. Let's check that. Clean water, baby. So we can grab it. And I think I'm just going to drop it right next to the salt water. Keep things organized. There we go. Delicious. Well, we are peckish. Let's go ahead and have a few cracklins and some of our delicious clean water. Let's see. Wait. Oh, I can't reach it from here. Are you kidding? I can't reach the water from this position unless I'm missing it. Well, in that case, I should probably just go ahead and move both of them. Means I don't have access to the salt water when I'm crafting. Alright, we'll just put it all in one pile, I guess. That soil there. So anyway, let's get back to our soap crafting. We are done with the soap. Well, we're at least ready to start it, I should say. So this is 1 hour and 40 minutes. Alright, we had a little bit of a lunch there. Let's go ahead and do it. How much of this can I make? Oh boy. Yeah, see, increasing the quantity here definitely increases the time. We'll start with 1. That might not even be enough, but we'll just see. Oh boy, I think we'll go with tallow. Okay, oh, and I've got to pour the glycerol into this. Okay. I'm going to pour it into the clay pot oven. So what the glycerol or whatever, glycerin, I'd have to look at it again. That's a byproduct, isn't it? And we got 10 bars. Okay. Let me see here. Where's that clay pot oven? I'm definitely going to... I want to know what we can do with this glycerol. I know that's a component in, like, nitroglycerin. But as is, can we do anything with it? It's both handy in skin moisturizer and as a necessary ingredient for dynamite. Well, we'll have to investigate that later. It is just a byproduct, so it's sitting here. But yeah, I can tell that I need to stop all crafting and make another clay vessel here. Whoops. So let me go ahead and drop the soap. That's right. And we'll go back to crafting. No, wait a second. I think it's safe to... No, I will need the fire for clay. I'm sorry. I was going to extinguish it, but just not to attract any attention. But no, fire's necessary for this stuff. So... another canning pot, yeah, it'll take a full hour, but honestly, that's not bad at all. I might go ahead and whip up a couple of these. We've got exactly 30 lumps of clay, so 2 more canning pots would be tremendously helpful, especially as we get into more and more crafting of liquids and stuff. Yeah, this is definitely a good investment in our time. And I'll use the salt water, obviously. There we go. Oh, beautiful. We got 1. Let me step out and look at the stars. We can see that it's nighttime. You know what? I think we can probably safely repeat that craft and just knock out 1 more before we go to bed. There we go. Beautiful. 2 clay canning pots. That's perfect. I think we're really on to something now, but unfortunately we are sitting without any clay, and I don't like that. Even though I don't have anything specific in mind to craft with it, I think tomorrow, or maybe in a day or 2, we should head out and restock our clay. Yeah, it's good to always have it on hand in case there's something we need to whip up in a pinch. Wow, how time flies when you're working hard here. So I woke up a little bit late this morning just because I stayed up late, but that's hard to avoid. I think we're going to wait until tomorrow to go get the clay, although I do want to do that, but I noticed that our charcoal was finished, as you can see here, so I decided to prioritize this, getting more wood, and I think, have we got enough to make a rack yet? A smoking rack? What am I missing? Hold on. Let's open that up and look with the word rack. Smoking rack. Oh, I need a tool with sawing of 1 or more. So I've got the ingredients here. Hold on. Don't we have something with sawing? Was it the ads? Didn't I make one of those? Oh. Stone hammer, chisel. I swear we made one. All flute. Let me find this thing. Or failing that, we might have to just make one. Yeah, I didn't locate it. If we did make one, which I thought I did, but maybe I was just looking at it so hard I believed I made it. Either way, this is a 5-hour recipe. That, maybe I didn't make it. That might be the reason, but we're going to do it now. Flaking rock is fun. We can always pause. Okay, we just lost the light, so yeah, that's fine. I think we'll finish that off tomorrow. Let me drop that as opposed to trying to start a fire and finish it. Just gonna scarf down some cracklings. Now, I've also been thinking about it too, and I'm gonna grab some of the wood that I've been piling up for the fire up here. Let's see if we can haul some of this down below. So I'll just go ahead and take 5 logs and maybe like 50 of the splintered wood. There we go. Yeah, we'll just move this downstairs. I'm going to build a fire ring down here and then start to pile up more and more wood. Yeah, we won't do it right now because it's time for bed, but this will again allow us like a little underground area that's going to be perfectly safe, and hopefully if we do get trapped down here for whatever reason, whether it's hostile animals or weather or something, we'll be more prepared. And eventually I'll be able to sleep down here without shivering all through the night, but it's not going to be tonight, unfortunately. Oh my gosh, check it out. Wow, wow, wow. I literally just woke up, stepped outside of the cave to see what time it was, and a survivor is shouting at me. That's amazing. I guess I shouldn't be too surprised. We did turn up like the population of the world so there were more NPCs, but I expected we'd have to go out and like find them in our own journeys, but here we are. Hello, hello. So we could do some intimidation. Louisa, she's a shower victim. I wonder if she's got nothing. Well, we'll find out. So, another survivor, we should travel together. We have a couple of options. Let's see if she's got a quest. What's her quest? Cattails are a source of okay, so collect 80 stalks, bring it back. Now, normally this quest, they'll also give you a bag. Yeah, I want you to take this bag, head to the nearest swamp. Oh boy. Collect 80 stalks, which is a lot. Yeah, we'll have to go all over the swamp to get that. Of course, we're going to say yes. She gave me a leather backpack. If I recall, it used to be like a duffel bag, but either way, that's interesting. It is more in line with the primitive survival. So she's got some stuff here. A purse that's totally broken. The glaive. Towel makes sense since she's a shower victim, but I mean she's pretty sparse on what she's got actually, so it's not too out of line with, you know, the Inuwoods, which is good. I mean, if she showed up with like a gun and stuff, that would kind of suck, and like military gear, but no, this is cool. All right, so my question now is she gonna stick around? Come on in, you're welcome to inhabit the cave with us here while we get your quest done. It will definitely be a little bit trickier. Where's the backpack? I don't see a backpack. I didn't get a leather backpack, lady. Wait, does she... Huh. Yeah, well, that's weird. I didn't get the backpack. Maybe that's just part of the quest, or the mod too. I guess it eliminates it, but, well, that's going to make it a little... Oh, there it is. Oh, it was over here. Okay. So I'll just put that on. Cumbrance is not bad, but let's go ahead and eat and have a drink here. Oh boy, we're going to have to be very careful. You know, I want to get this quest done, but I don't want to get killed doing it. Let's see here. I think we will go ahead and prioritize this ads. Let's step into the cave a little bit when we do this. Looks like she's just chilling, yeah. Is it dark already? My sleep schedule is way off. I literally just woke up. I think we'll... Man, oh man, I'm going to have to like stay awake most of the night here. Let's start a fire. So we'll be able to work. I'm going to go ahead and just finish this. Okay. So... There it is. Beautiful. Let's see how big this is. 2 pounds. Yeah, I think I'll just drop it here. But for now, let's walk over to this area. So first thing we got to do is get the charcoal out of these. I'm going to move it right there and there. Okay, the charcoal's down. Let's go ahead and put some more logs in there. Let's see. I don't have any logs. They're all over here in this fire. Let's see. I've only got 2. In the morning, I'll just have to cut some more. So, but we do have our first batch of charcoal. So theoretically, we could get 1 drying rack going. Yeah, that's enough for at least 1 cycle. So now that we've got the stone sawing, or the wood sawing, I should call it, let's go ahead and set up. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it here because of the light, but if I put smoking rack, I want to do it right here. I don't think it's going to let me do it because of the light, though. I might have to wait till the morning. That's okay. It's not like it's a big 5-hour task or anything. So what I'll do is I'll just leave this. Really, it's just the rocks and long sticks that we need, but I'll leave everything here for now. And in the morning, we'll build that. I'm not tired at all, though. I think it's probably a good idea to stay up, maybe craft a little bit more. Let's see. You know what I do need? Let's come back up here. I'm going to grab a couple of sticks. So first we need a long stick. I'll just drop the adze there for now. Yeah, so we're going to drop this. Let's disassemble it. Give me a couple of sticks. And for this felt that we're going to make, we have to create carding paddles. Carding. This was something I looked at. Yeah, I don't have these yet, but as it says, pair of toothy wooden paddles used to clean fibers in textile production. These are critical to one of the stages we'll need for that woolly mammoth hair. So let's do this. This is 2 hours. Suspect it won't... What? Oh, I think I'm standing in smoke. A little too close to the fire there. Step back, eat this cracklins. The cracklins are going to be going bad here pretty soon, so I'm going to focus on just devouring those. Get as many calories as we can, but see, well, once we get this drying rack set up, we're going to be more prepared to go out and scavenge around, because if we do find a carcass, we can at least preserve some of the meat instead of watching most of it go bad. So that's going to be important. And in addition, we will definitely want more of the textiles too. So, all right, let's see here. We've got the carding paddles. We'll just drop those. I'm carrying around some rocks too. Let me drop those. You know, let's actually look at some weapons. I'm thinking about a bow. Boken. Solid training katana. No, I'm not making that. Let's, because we can do like some ammo maybe. I've seen it pop up before. Let's see here. I should probably just look up the word bow. Primitive, no. Short bow, a plank or stick, 12 short strings. Interesting. I've got sticks, or we can make some. Strings. So let's look up string. Because I know we can make some cordage. Yeah, here we go. So I just need to go out and scavenge some more plant fibers. Yeah, oh good, the fire went out. Perfect timing, I think. So I am going to go ahead and drop those, but a bow and arrows is a good idea too. It might not really down the biggest of animals, but it could keep us safe and maybe discourage some of the smaller predators from attacking us. And who knows, maybe we'll even get a kill or two with it. But oh boy, for now it's going to be another cold night here. I think I'm going to curl up next to this wood and just hit the sack. Okay, well, I did not actually sleep at all last night. I just tossed and turned, but then I forced him to wake up just because I was like, you know what, I know it's morning, so I don't want to sleep until afternoon again. So he might end up getting real tired real fast, but that's okay. We'll just have to deal with it. But hey, look at that. We've got our smoking rack built. Boom. Nestled in there, the side of the... And it won't spread fires or anything like that. It will smoke quite a bit. We do light it up, but it's not going to spread any fires. So it's fine right there next to the trees. Either way, we'll want more, but for right now, that's good. I think we really need to get out and walk around a little bit today. So I'm going to move this stuff. We'll just put this over here with our other crafting materials for now. Yeah, we're better prepared. In other words, if we did come across like a dead animal, I could bring some of it back here. Yeah, let's drop the ads. All right, so we've got our spear. Yep, let's get out there and go get some clay. Inventory is looking good. We got some room. So we'll peek out the front here. Okay, so there's my ineffective ditch that I dug. Completely pointless. Not going to help save us, but the clay is just up here. Let's go ahead and do an auto travel. Ooh, I was going to say safe mode is turned on, so if we see something dangerous, it'll stop me. And it just did. We've got a saber-toothed cat. Oh boy, it's right there. Oh wow. So here we are. The cat is right here. It's definitely much faster than us. And it is currently hunting. You know, interestingly enough, there's a woolly mammoth. I believe it's just up over here. Let's see where that is. Yeah, it's right there. I wonder if the cat would attack the mammoth. I'm not saying that I'm going to intentionally provoke the cat, but it might actually come out and just aggro on me. Oh, see, okay, so the cat is now chasing this bird right here. Yeah, this crow. So, if it misses the crow, it might aggro on me. I'm going to run a little bit away. Put more distance between me and the saber-tooth than it and the crow, essentially. But that's good. It's heading away from our forest. I consider this little area to be my forest home. But we've got to get up here, so... And I'm tempted to follow that cat and just see if it takes down another mammoth or something. Right now, though, let's stay focused. But see, this is why I was saying we need some sort of foolproof method of avoiding this big cat. You know, one idea I've been toying with is starting a fire. And hear me out here. If I were to light like a small grove of trees on fire, maybe just outside of the reality bubble, you know, our reality bubble is going to be like here. If I find like a little grove of trees and set it on fire, it will essentially stay lit as long as it's outside of the reality bubble. And if a predator gets aggroed on me, I can lead it to that fire, you know, and it will, hopefully we could burn it up, but I don't know. You know, that kind of a strategy works with zombies because they're not very intelligent, but animals might not just willy-nilly run through fire, you know what I'm saying? So it could be a pointless endeavor. Might be worth trying it, though. Could be a lot of effort for not much payout. But either way, all right, we're here. Oops. Time to dig a little bit of clay. Got the digging stick right next to me, so I don't even need to pick it up. We'll do this a few times, but... Oh, wow. Woolly mammoth just walked right past me. I guess they like to come over here and wallow in the clay and stuff. Hey, it's probably good, you know, pest repellent. For sure. I've seen animals do that. Ooh, wild garlic seeds. That's kind of cool. I've never done much, like, growing in this game, but obviously that could be something we rely on for some good minerals and resources, or I should say vitamins and minerals. Yeah, that's more appropriate. But because, of course, if you're unaware, vitamins do matter to a degree in this game, at least the three major ones here listed. But either way, I'm just out and about kind of looking around. Oh, there's a nest up here. I don't know what kind of dinosaur that is, but we could go investigate. I was kind of heading up towards the hot spring. Still haven't been able to really investigate that much, but, you know, I'm just taking a look around as I go, see what's on the ground, see what kind of animals are nearby. I was thinking maybe if one of the... Oh, there's an ankylosaurus or some sort of dinosaur. Or like a plant eater. Okay. I was thinking if maybe one of these animals had a really low health, like that horse that we found in the cave, might be able to take a stab at it with the spear and get a free kill. So this is the nest. Huge mottled dinosaur with 4 legs. What does it say? Extremely dangerous. Probably just because of its size. Because it shows it is ignoring right now. But sometimes predators aren't actively hostile. Oh, wow, look at this. Oh, delicious eggs. This is an interesting nest, just a couple holes in the ground, huh? Well, I think if we got close to that, it would probably make these animals hostile regardless, wouldn't it? I bet you it would. There's some straw. Oh, some feathers. Dino feathers. Interesting. Okay, well, it seems like it's just impossible for me to ever get over to this spring here. We got a couple flat-headed peccaries too. I think these are different than the other peccary that I was having so much trouble with. Either way, to be honest, there's so much wildlife. I feel like if a predator did get aggroed on me, I could probably just run up to one of these mammoths and wait till the predator gets keyed on the animal and then just sprint away. I don't know, that might be my go-to strategy. But let's see, can we avoid the nest? Yeah, another thing too about farming and the amount of animals, all the feces that is just scattered everywhere, manure for days. Yeah, that might be another thing I do too. If I can set up a little field of manure, set it on fire, yeah, that could work. Strategic manure pits set ablaze, and then we can trap animals in it. Okay, it's gross. It's getting pretty gross here. Okay, first time we've seen the stag moose. It's to the north of the hot spring. There's blood all over the ground here too. I don't see any damaged animals or anything. At this point, I'm not so interested in the meat as I am the fur and the skin. That would be much more valuable to me, but... Well, we made it up to the hot spring. Hot, murky water. Don't think... Yeah, it's not safe to... It is fresh water, it's just not safe to drink, so we would need to boil it, but... It's interesting, I've never actually seen a hot spring until now, but... Wonder what other mysteries lie here in the deep forest. Let's see, what do we have up here? Sands. It's around noon. We've got a bit... Oh, no. We've got a bit more time. What's going on? There we go. I might just continue to walk around a little bit, pick up various resources. Nothing crazy, but I was really hoping it might be just find a carcass or something sitting on the ground. So I haven't given up hope yet, although I can see that I'm getting tired. So I think tonight will be the night we're going to be able to sleep and probably pass out and allow ourselves to get back onto the right sleep cycle. Just going to help. Just going to help. Oh, Migo Scout Tower. No. It's interesting. It says the origin is the Dino mod. Huh. I wonder what that's about. Well, Migo are probably faster than we are too at this point. Especially since my speed is reduced currently, I think because of my fatigue. Actually, it's because of the pain that I'm in. Wait, why am I in pain right now? What's hurting us currently? It's not, I'm not overburdened. Huh. Was it, did I get hurt going up to that water? That hot spring might have done it. I didn't even notice, but hold on, if we look at the air next to the hot spring? No, it still shows it as normal heat. Well, I'm not sure what did I accidentally step in the water? Maybe that's what it was. I might have accidentally scalded myself. Huh. Have to go back and check the footage there, but, well, in that case, let's get on home. It's one thing to try and outrun, a predator. It's another thing when we're hurt, because that's going to further diminish our speed for sure. Made it back home in one piece, although we are slightly hurt, but we'll get over that. I think after a good night's rest on our cave floor, we should be all healed up, but I debated on using our bandages. I do have some birch bark bandages, 22 of them in fact. Let's just go and do it. More for the practice than anything else really, because that'll help build up our healthcare skill, but yeah, that should also make sure that we heal up by the morning. Well, either way, we're going to sit around the camp here, I think, maybe for a couple of days, at least until our food does truly run out. Let's see. Wait, am I out? Oh, yeah, the cracklins did rot. Oh, no. We've still got a little bit of fat, though. There's still 13 chunks of it. Let's go ahead and see if we can start the fire. And yeah, it's probably not a bad idea to just go ahead and make the rest of those into cracklins. What's that, 2 hours? Let's do that. Yeah, getting peckish. This way, is it working? Oh, the fire went out, duh. All right, let me just haul everything onto there. That'll give us a nice big fire. Okay, successfully lit. Yeah, these cracklins, they're a godsend, but they don't last forever. You do get a heck of a lot of them, though, from those fats. So, now we can have a bit of a meal, sit around the campsite, and I think we'll work on that first. So, the staples is what it was called. I dropped the clay. We should have a fairly empty inventory. And let's go ahead and look up staple. There it is. We'll staple felt patches. No. What did I need first? I've forgotten what it was now. But in order to use it, we needed that soap. Let me go back in and we'll see under soap bar. Can make more soap too. The potassium lye. Well, let's just focus on, was it felt, I think? Felt patch. Yeah, wool staples. Perfect. Yeah, this is what we wanted. Soap, clean water. All right, we can do 2 batches of these for 15 minutes. That's not bad. We end up with them in our inventory. 53 felt patches. Very cool. Actually, I didn't drop everything, did I? Let's keep the felt for a moment. And I just want to examine this. Let's see what it says. Okay. Not very descriptive, but well, maybe that opened up some new recipes for us. Let's see. Go over to armor. Anything using the felt. We might want to go ahead and turn it into something else. Let's see, I'm just looking here. There are a few things I'm interested in making, but I also might need more string too. Might be a good idea to maybe take a break and go harvesting a bunch of plant fibers, just turn it into a whole bunch of string, but hold on for a sec. Let's look up felt again. Patchwork felt sheet. Okay, how many of those? Several. I think that's probably the next best thing. Let's not completely wipe out our store of sinew, and plus it's going to take hours to make all that. So we'll just do 2 of them. Let's see. Very good. How's that do for our recipes? Doesn't... Oh, a loincloth. A wool loincloth. I was really hoping for some sort of sleeping thing, but, well, like I said, we are doing better. I mean, some of this wool stuff is definitely going to make our lives much nicer during the winter, obviously, but that's not a priority yet. I think I will go ahead and just turn on the auto harvesting, set that to everything, turn on auto travel, and now I can just kind of breeze through the forest. And as I walk through, also one thing too that's cool, if I turn on enable auto haul, now as I harvest stuff, I will automatically drag it along with me. Uh-oh. We got a dinosaur right there. It's just one of those big tortoise types, though. But there we go. Yeah, as long as they don't like drag it over the wrong kind of bush, we should still keep most of it with us. So, yep, I'll end up hopefully with some plant fibers, and then maybe we can whip together some more cordage and see what kind of crafting that takes us into. Well, well, well. Check it out. So I'm just here behind the cave. Looks like our new friend has fully inhabited it, but yeah, it doesn't show it on the map, interestingly enough, but there is a pond back here. And look at this, it's got fish in it, we've got black crappie, we've got lake whitefish. Thought I saw another kind in there too. But either way, this is huge, really more so for the water. Yeah, now we don't have to... Oh yeah, look. What is that, an eel? American eel. Used to be quite common until dams were built. Well, smoked eel is a delicacy, folks, for sure. Delicious. But like I said, the water is so critical. Now I don't have to venture down to that dangerous swamp. We can just literally pop right back here. I'm going to go ahead and mark it because it doesn't appear like for whatever reason, the normal marker is working. Huh. Well, who knows? Innowoods might change that too. But either way, I'm still just trying to get more of the plant fiber, which surprisingly is kind of rare, funnily enough. But let's haul. There we go. Yeah, there's like a tree here. I keep walking into it and it screws up my haul. There we go. That's about all I need to avoid is just those little saplings. Either way, yeah, this is huge. See, it does pay off to like explore new areas. It's just very dangerous and very dicey to do it. It is around dusk. Yeah, look at that. Light is dwindling really quickly. I think I'll just circle around and head on back. Let's see what we've picked up so far. Tinder, sticks and rocks, some leaves. Well, who knows? Maybe we can make cordage out of some of this other material. Let's see, did I drop it? No, I've still got it. We have completely lost the light. Getting spooky walking around out here at night. Haha, back to the camp. Alright, so I'll turn that off, and we made it. Let's pop over here, drop everything off, and let's just see what we can do with string. Oh, are you kidding? I still can't make any yet. Oh, I wonder if I can make this spinning wheel right here. Well, either way, yeah, I'll continue to collect some in the morning for sure. We're looking a lot better on our damaged. Yeah, our body is almost totally healed. We are cold now, or we're going to get cold going below. Let's go ahead and extinguish our fire. And we're going to pop downstairs. I did bring stones down here, so there's 20 stones now in this pile. And that should be enough to build a fire pit, but it doesn't show up here. Let's actually open up all the recipes and look for the word fire. Fire ring, that's what I want. Oh, I need a tool of digging. Oh. That's weird. It didn't say that on the surface, but alright, hold on. Let me grab the digging stick. Alright, we're back, and I think I want to put it over here, so let's go back, close that. Fire ring, perfect. Now, this isn't going to eliminate the smoke necessarily, but it should help us a little bit just to contain the fire, obviously. Make it a little nicer down here, too. So let's go ahead and set up a firewood spot. Actually, I think I'll put it exactly where the firewood's at. Firewood source right there. Boom. I'll just grab these rocks, take those. Oh, my pockets are full. Oh, I'm carrying around a bunch of that stuff. Well. All right, so let's push some of this into the fire. We'll do like 1 log and maybe just like 10 for starters. Boom. And I brought my fire starter down here. I'm going to have to make a second fire starter so that we can leave it down here. Again, I want to make this like the bottom half of the cave totally self-sufficient, at least for a time being. Obviously, if we can't access the surface, we'll run out of water and food eventually, but I want to be able to stay down here for at least a couple of days if needed. All right, so wait, what am I doing? Let's do interact, start a fire. I got some tinder. Boom. Oh my gosh, so beautiful. I'm going to take that back upstairs. Actually, I think I'll just leave it. We'll have to make a new one when we go up in the morning. Wow, so much to do. So now I will try to sleep here. Let's see. Is it time to sleep? We are moderately tired. Yeah, let's just go to bed now. We'll save it and see how this does. So continue trying to fall asleep. I'm looking over here to see if it says we're chilly. It shows that we're chilly up here, but usually it'll say you're cold and shiver. You shiver as you sleep. And I think that's really what's hurting our like overall tiredness levels. But we're looking good now. Fire lasted all night. I'll go ahead and extinguish it. A little bit left there. Yeah. Actually, I'm just going to drag these rocks upstairs. Keep things organized. You know me. All right, we'll take the fire. No, I was going to leave the fire starter, wasn't I? Come on now. Well, this is exciting. You know, I was thinking about... What's going on here? I was thinking about a straw mat or like some sort of sleeping bag, but obviously fire is just the best way to go. And I didn't wake up coughing or anything from like sleeping in smoke, so I think that was overall a successful little venture there for sure. All right, we'll stop that. Let's go ahead and drop the digging stick. I might go ahead and whip together that fire drill. I don't remember exactly what I needed, but yeah, we can make one of those real quick. All right, can we reload it? Do I still have the sticks for it? Yep, notchstick. Beautiful. All right. Yeah, basically all the tools we have up here, I'd like to replicate them, have a double, and put it down below. You know, some of these things it's going to take several hours, so that's why it'd be great to have her working on our second set of tools. But you know what the old expression is, two is one and one is none. So meaning that you have two, ultimately one will break, or you'll lose one and you'll have one. And if you're stuck with one, that one's going to break at some point and you'll be left without. So just a good way of always trying to be prepared and thinking ahead. But we got charcoal in the ground. We got a smoker sitting empty. Let's look up the word fish in our crafting list and see what pops up here. Okay. Fish soup. A lot of recipes. Plastic fish trap. That we won't be able to do. No, this is actually something I've used in previous like regular runs with a lot of success. You've got to make bait and put the bait in this, but you make 3 or 4 of these and put them next to in a pond where you've seen fish. Yeah, you wake up in the morning, you'll definitely have fish for sure. But oh, here we go. Wooden fishing spear. Scrap metal. Yeah, I don't know if we can get that from somewhere, but I don't think we can rely on it. Here we go, though. Okay, so I can make the improvised fishing hook. 2 minutes, boom. Let's make it out of bone. All right. I wonder if I need a couple of those, but let's just make one for now. Fish. So, it all comes down to the strings, man. I tell you, cordage, of course. Everybody knows it's super important, but look at this, 36 of the short cordage pieces. Man, oh man, let me look up cord again. Or what was it? Yeah. String. Actually, let's look up chord. Okay, I can make some of these. How many? Oh, I can make a bunch. Oh, okay. Yeah. This is what I want. 2 hours? Do that. Oh, no. It's a portal storm. Yes, we'll need to stop. What? Well, I mean, it is Cataclysm, Dark Days Ahead, so portal storms are real. There's the portal storm right there. Whoops. If we go back to our map. Yep, center of the storm. I think we'll be totally safe if we just go below. Tell you what, let me grab this cordage thing again. We're going to work on that below. But do I have any? Oh, there's literally no wood here, damn. Well, we do have a little bit of wood downstairs. I don't know if it's enough to keep much of a fire going. I'm just thinking about, like, passing time down there, because we'll be safe if we go below. We'll just let the storm pass, but I'd like to do something while we're down there. So let's see, do I have anything to burn? We've got some splintered wood and twigs. We'll take those below. That should at least keep it lit for an hour or two. Portal storms have benefits, but if we're not really prepared for it, then I don't think it's going to do us any good to engage with the portal storm. But in a normal run, if I had guns and, weapons and armor, we would definitely be trying to get some artifacts out of it. But all right, as it is, we will just stay out down here. I like to step one away from the fire because we can still craft like on the edge of the light, but we reduce our chance of getting smoke in our face when we do it this way. Well, there we go. 22 short cordage pieces is, let's see. And maybe I sneak upstairs. Drop these. Did the portal storm? I think it passed. Oh, okay. It's just moving farther south. No, that's our mission indicator. Yeah, I actually think the portal storm has passed. Okay, well, let me get back downstairs real quick and extinguish my cave fire. I love it. I do. Now that we've set it up down here, I can't imagine how I lived without it. Even though it was literally just like 10 minutes ago. But still, that's amazing. I'm glad we set that fire ring. Didn't have any ill effects with this girl, did we? No, I think she's okay. What's her name again? Lucia Paulson. Yeah, we definitely want to get her recruited. I'm putting it off, but maybe there's another swamp. Obviously we haven't discovered one, but if we could find a swamp that isn't infested with a bunch of zombified dinosaurs and dire wolves, we'd be in a lot better shape. But man, oh man, I'm getting pulled in 1,000 directions. I want to make a fishing pole for this pond. Alternately, I want to make a bow and arrow, possibly. I mean, oh look, there's a survival bow. What about the short bow? I feel like the survival bow is going to be worse than the... Yeah. I can tell right off the bat this is going to have less power because this takes 4 strength, whereas the short bow takes 6. Yeah, I do need more string, and I'm fairly certain I can't make any of that right now. But, no, we looked at that earlier. I'm willing to tough it out for now. She's obviously sticking around, so we can do her quest later when we're better prepared. If we just go journeying off into a swamp, without the right equipment, we'll probably get ourselves killed, so that's not going to do anybody good, especially Louisa. So we'll put that off, but I'm just going to venture around very cautiously, turn on auto travel, everything set to auto forage, and of course, enable the auto haul function. And just go about doing some scavenging, being extremely careful. To be quite honest, oh, you know what? I still need to empty everything out. But I should be bringing my spear with me, too, when I do this wield. Just in case. Honestly, if I turn the corner around a tree... Whoopsie, that's not what I want to do. And there's a dinosaur or something really dangerous... this wooden spear is probably not going to do me a whole heck of a lot of good, but who knows? Then again, it could be the difference between life and death. Here in the primitive world of Inna Woods, every little bit helps, you know what I'm saying? But, well, I think we'll end it here today. I appreciate everybody stopping by for this one. It's been a pretty important episode. We met our first NPC. Hopefully, we can turn her into a true companion, but you'll have to tune in for the next one to find out. There's a lot more to do, a lot more to craft, so appreciate everybody who's been dropping comments and leaving tips. It really has helped. Thank you so much. Once again, I will see you all on the next one.